And the next one is the air brake systems. So for the air brake system, it's also working similarly as the hydraulic brake system, but what are the differences here? The working fluid is air. So some components are entirely different from the hydraulic systems. And one more thing, in hydraulic system, so in hydraulic brake system, we didn't use these systems in commercial vehicles because of the working operations and fluids. We are using this hydraulic braking system only on the passenger vehicles, like those and pickup vehicles, those kind of vehicles only using the hydraulic brake system because of the fluid viscosity and all. It can't be used in the commercial vehicle. For that purpose, the air brake systems are using in the heavy commercial vehicles and medium commercial vehicles. Because of the axial length and the overall length of the vehicle, we couldn't use the hydraulics fluid in the commercial vehicles, because the commercial vehicles are running continuously more than the passenger vehicles. It's a continuous operation. So considering the service and the maintenance, all the things, the air brake system is the advisable for commercial vehicles. So this is the simple layout of air brake system. I will explain the one by one unit, and I will explain how it functions. So similarly, in air brake system, we had the brake pedal, brake drum, which is the foundation brake, and the brake valve, and the air filter, compressor, storage tank, and safety valves. So what happening here is the air compressor which is mounted in the vehicle engine. So it will generate the compressed air. So that compressed air going to the air fillet or dryer. This dryer is used to filter the moisture from the compressed air, and that the compressed air will stored in the storage tank. So once all the compressed air stored in the storage tank, it will may have the safety valve, because once the pressure is exceeds, the safety valve automatically release some compressed air. So this drift collector, which is used to collect the drift particles from the air. So brake valve, which is used to distribute the that pneumatic air into the each wheel. So how it function is, when we apply the brake pedal, so it actuates the brake valve. So when the brake pedal actuates the brake valve, the air from the storage tank comes to the brake valve and flow to the brake valve to the each wheels. So this when we apply the brake, the air will distributed to the each wheels to the brake valves. So this of the operation occurred in the air brake system. Due to this hydraulic and brake system, both the operation are same. So I didn't put video for the air brake systems. So only simple things changing is the air compressor and storage tank and this air dryer units. Other than that, remaining parts are mostly similar in the systems. So as I explained, this air brake systems are mostly using in the commercial vehicles and heavy commercial vehicles and medium commercial vehicles. Because if you see that in heavy commercial vehicle, we have the trailer trucks and normal trucks. The trailer trucks is almost the 16 axle vehicles. Some trucks have 8 axle. So the overall length of the vehicle is very high compared to the passenger vehicle. So if we using the hydraulic braking systems, the total length will be increasing, so that fluid pressure, we not sure it will be reached at the end as a same. When we are applying the pressure in the master cylinder, we are not sure whether the same pressure is applying on the end or not. Same time, there may be chance of reducing the viscosity of the brake fluid because of the continuous operation. We can see that trailer trucks and trucks are running in the highways more than the 1,000 kilometers in 1 or 2 days. They are continuously riding. So the continuous operation, the fluid viscosity may be reduced and the braking performance may be reduced. And another thing, the response time. When we using the Handbrake system, we have a component like a relay valve and all, which is used to reduce the response time of the brakes. When we apply the brake, it will when we calculating or measuring, it will like a microseconds kind of things. So it will help to increase the braking performance. So this was the Handbrake systems. And another one is a handbrake system. So handbrake system, which is equipped with in all the vehicles, because of the emergency parking situations, and to completely halt the vehicle, and also used to park the vehicle in slopes, and used to park the vehicles in traffic lights, and to completely halt the vehicles. So this brake is completely independent from the foot brake system. Only we are calling it as a handbrake system. So this is not the primary brake, but this is the secondary brake of the uh, vehicles. So this brake is, as I said, it's mainly used for the parking slots, sorry, used for parkings, and to park the vehicle in the slopes and all. So this system also consists of several parts. And another one thing, this handbrake system is completely independent from the foot brake, because in foot brake, as we see, there is the linkage, the working fluid is hydraulic or pneumatic. But in handbrake system, the all the units will be uh, a mechanical linkage only. So as we see here, these are the components of the handbrake systems. So here, so the also the same, the parking brake lever and the shoes and the cable. This is the normal steel cable. This is the brake cable equalizer, handbrake lever, and the handbrake cable. So what the operation takes place here, when we applying the handbrake, when we pull the brake, the brake pulls the cable. So the cable equalizer is what the purpose of cable equalizer is, when we pulling the cable, it should be equal on both the sides, LH and RH. Both the sides cable should be pulling at the equal length. So the cable equalizer ensuring these things. So when we applying the handbrake, there is a handbrake lever pulls the cable. So the cable pulls the brake pad against the brake drum. Like that, in LH, RH, both side, it operation takes place. So this one is the handbrake lever section. So as we see this one, usually we can see these things in our cars. This is the ratchet arrangement. When we raising the handbrake lever, we can hear one sound like a tuck tuck sound. So that is this one only. When we pull up the handbrake, it will come and place in one position. So this ratchet is used to hold the parking brake in the same position. So when we press the push button, it will release the lever from the ratchet and release the levers in the normal position. So this was the operation of the parking brake. And the uses of the parking brake is to park the vehicle on a slopes and waiting on the traffic lights, and it is completely independent from the primary braking system, which is foot brake systems. So next one is future and hybrid brakes. In future, how are the brakes are going to happen, and what are the hybrid technologies using in the brakes? So just I giving the glimpse on this topic. I'm not detailing going on these topics. So hydraulic braking system. So how it works is, in hydraulic braking system, its work depends on the electromagnetic force. So how it will working is, it's similarly like a brake drum and brake pads. So here what will happen is, in that brake pads, they are using the electric current to energize the electromagnet. So when the brake is applying, the electromagnet force is acting on the brake pads, and it's pulling against the brake drum. So doing this operation, when the brake drum rubbing against the brake pad, the braking operation takes place and stopping the vehicle. So next one type is the regenerative braking system. So this system completely using in the electric vehicles, because the all the things are programmed. When you applying the brake, the rotating object, as I said, that rotating drum, it's a brake drum. So that will be in one speed. On the inner part of the brake drum, the brake pad is in one speed. So when we applying the brakes, the difference can be captured in the system and will acting as the brake. It's automatically taken. This one is the regenerative braking system. Another one is plugging type brake. This one is a newly developed braking system in automobiles. In this system, when the brake is pressed, the speed of the electric vehicle is reduced by changing the polarity and the direction of the motor. So like that, north pole and south pole in magnet, those kind of things using in the plugging type braking system. Due this, the changing of the direction of motor gets reversed, it causes the braking effect on the wheels. As I said in earlier, who can take up this course is if students studying the graduate, whether they are mid-year students or final year students, who don't have the future forecast of their profession career, they can get some idea on this course. So what are the basics of the brakes and how are the brakes are functioning, and what are the types of brakes they are using in the automobile systems. They can have the ideas on this course and use for their future forecast plannings for their profession careers. And those who completed the graduate and looking for the job as a freshers, they also go to these topics and get some ideas and knowledges on the braking system. They can attend the interviews, something related to the brake systems. And some people's already working as a profession in automobile industry, whether they want to change the domain or looking for the new role in the braking systems, they can go through these sessions and get some ideas and knowledge on the basics of the brakes and move on to the next domain. So what are the job opportunities available outside for this braking industries? Is Ashok Leyland, Tata, Mahindra Trucks and Bus Division, Daimler ICV, and Volvo Eicher commercial vehicles. Also in Tier 1 suppliers also they have their positions for brake engineers and foundation brake manufacturers. As I said, drum brake, drum disc brake manufacturer, Rani, M8, TVS. They also have the scope for the brake design engineers. So thank you everyone.